Okay. Oh. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Lisa.
Lisa, where are you tonight?
Here. Hemlock.
What are you doing here?
Enjoying the scenery and the company and a little bit of kayaking.
Yeah, what's it like here tonight?
It's very quiet.
It is.
It's very unusual in my life, but it's very quiet.
It is. Do you like the quiet?
Believe it or not, yes, I do. I do enjoy quietness. I don't partake in that very often, but quiet is very important to me.
Why not? Why don't you partake of quiet more?
Well, partly because life matters. And there's all kinds of things that you learn when you're not quiet. When I'm around people, I find that there's stories, and all kinds of stories. Everything has a story. This has got a story that's just waiting to be heard. And sometimes it's in the quiet that you hear it, and sometimes it's in the research that you hear it, and sometimes it's in the stories from other people. And the reason I don't have much quiet in my life is because I'm busy talking and listening and hearing stories.
So is that the answer to the question of what's important in your life?
Absolutely. Life matters because of stories. A story could be something you read. A story could be something that the person that you meet that for the first time. Everybody has a story that needs to be told, needs to be heard, and needs to be understood. And some people have a hard time telling their stories or protect their stories. And it's a fine balance in life to find out when you should ask and when you shouldn't ask, and when you should wait and when you should probe. It's very delicate communication that we have to play.
What's an example of a story in the last week or two that you've heard that you were touched by?
That I was touched by. It's a long story that started about 45 years ago. A friend of mine who I never quite could ask the right questions to find out what her story was. And slowly it's taken me 45 years to put the pieces together. And just the other night, I had one of those gold nuggets of the story that kind of helped me understand who she is, why she does what she does, why she doesn't do what I want her to do. And because of that nugget in that story, I've learned it may take me another 45 years to truly, truly hear her full story, but I'm willing to wait.
What do you do with all these stories?
Tell other people. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But again, I think that part of what life matters is sharing, right? And telling people other people's stories.
Do you find that people like to listen to your stories?
I don't know, Rick. Sometimes.
I love your stories.
I don't know if they do or if they don't, you know? I hope they
Tell
do.
them anyway.
I do.
Mary says she likes to hear your stories.
Oh, good.
You got a cheering audience over there that likes your stories, Lisa.
Yeah, you know what? I like my stories.
Yeah.
And I do. And I like telling, the best are not my stories, because I know all about my stories. It's the other people's stories.
Huh.
Like the story of Hemlock.
Yeah.
The story of the trees changing colors. The stories of the person I met on the subway and was fascinated about where he was going and what he was doing that night. Huh. There's stories everywhere that you can learn from.
Maybe you should be a writer. You could write these stories down.
Yeah. It's not as fun.